Hi friends, so welcome to all. In this video we are going to see the packet tracer activity, explore a network. Here is our objective. In part 1 we will examine inter-network traffic at branch. In part 2 examine inter-network traffic to central, and in part 3 examine internet traffic from branch. Also we will go through this background. This simulation activity is intended to help you to understand the flow of traffic and the contents of data packets as they traverse a complex network. Communications will be examined at 3 different locations, simulating typical businesses and home networks. So take a few moments to study the topology displayed. The central location has 3 routers and multiple networks, possibly representing different buildings within a campus. The branch location has only one router with a connection to both the internet and a dedicated wide area network. One connection to the central location. The home office makes use of a cable modem broadband connection to provide access to both the internet and to corporate resources over the internet. The devices at each location use a combination of static and dynamic addressing. The devices are configured with default gateways and domain name systems information as appropriate. Coming to the topology, here we can see home office with different end devices, and here we can see the cable modem over the internet. Coming to central, here we can see 3 routers with a server named central server. Also we can see the number of edge devices here. Coming to branch, here also we can see a router and a server named branch server, and with different edge devices. Now we will come to part 1, examine inter-network traffic at branch. In part 1 of this activity we will use a simulation mode to generate web traffic and examine the HTTP protocol along with other protocols necessary for communications. So in this step 1, switching from real-time to simulation mode, click the simulation mode icon to switch from real-time mode to simulation mode. Then verify that ARP, DNS, HTTP and TCP are selected from the event list filters. Move the slider located below the play controls button back, auto capture or play, capture or forward, all the way to the right. Well, we will do this now. Coming to our topology, here we are going to switch from real-time mode to the simulation mode. Yes, here we can see that. And in the simulation panel, here we can see the selected events: ARP, DNS, HTTP, LLDP, TCP, right. Now we will come to step 2, generate traffic using a web browser. Currently the simulation panel is empty. In the event list at the top of the simulation panel, there are 6 columns listed across the heading. Yes, here we can see that. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yes. So as the traffic is generated and step through events display in the list, the info column is used to inspect the contents of a particular event. So they given a note here. The panel to the left of the simulation panel displays the topology. Use the scroll bars to bring the branch location into the panel if necessary. The panels can be adjusted in size by hovering next to the scroll bar and dragging left or right. Yeah, exactly, that we can do it. Then click the sales PC in the far left pane. Click the desktop tab and click the web browser icon to open it. In the URL field, enter http://branchserver.pt.pka. Oh, it's PTA, and click go. Look in the event list in the simulation panel. What is the first type of event listed? Right, so we will come to sales PC and we will check it. Coming to the topology, here we can see sales. Coming to sales PC, desktop, web browser, and here we are going to give the URL, that is http://branchserver.pt.pta, and we are going to click go. right. Coming to the simulation panel, here we can see the first type of event listed here is a DNS. So the DNS or request for the IP address of branch server.pt.pta. Now we will come to D. Click the DNS info box. In the outlayers, DNS is listed for layer 7. Layer 4 is using UDP to contact the DNS server on port 53. That is a destination port. Both the source and destination IP addresses are listed. What information is missing to communicate with the DNS server? Right, we will verify that. Coming to our simulation panel, here is our DNS. We are going to click on this info, and here is our outlayers. At the layer 7, here we can see DNS, and in layer 4 we can see UDP. Destination port is 53. Yes, exactly. And here we can see the layer 3 source IP address and destination IP address. Coming to layer 2, yes, here we can see the layer 2 information is missing, specifically the destination MAC address. Now we will come to E. Click auto capture or play. In approximately 30 to 40 seconds, a window displays indicating the completion of the current simulation, or a window may display indicating that the buffer is full. Click the view previous events button. Scroll back to the top of the list and note the number of ARP events. Looking at the device column in event list, how many of the devices in the branch location does the ARP request pass through? Right, we will check this now. Coming to the topology, here we are going to give auto capture or play. Yes, and now here we can see what is happening. Right, so this is, here we can see ARP sending to all the devices. Yes, so that ARP comes back to sales. Here we can see the DNS is moving to branch server after getting the MAC address. Yes. Right. Here we can see TCP PDU. Right. We will wait to complete this. Yes, here we got the message buffer full. So here we are going to click the view previous event. Right. Yes. Now we will come to F. Scroll down the events in the list to the series of DNS events. Select the DNS event that has the device listed as branch server. Right. Click the square box in the info column. What can be determined by selecting layer 3 in the OSI model? Look at the results displayed directly below in layers. Right, we will check that. Coming to the simulation panel, here we will search for the DNS device, a branch server, right? Here we can see, but it says, yes, here we can see that. Now we will click on this info, right? So here we will come to in layers, we will click on layer 7, and here we can see the details. The DNS server receives a DNS query. The name queried resolved locally, right? So here it says whatever name we given in our sales browser, that name is resolved. Now we will come to G. Click the outbound PDU details tab. Scroll to the bottom of the window and locate the DNS answer section. What is the address displayed? Right, we will come to outbound PDU details, and we will come to the last section, DNS answer, and here we can see the address 172.16.0.3. so this IP address is the address of our branch server. Now we will come to H. The next several events are TCP events, enabling a communications channel to be established. Select that last TCP event at device sales just prior to the HTTP event. Click the colored square info box to display the PDU information. Highlight layer 4 in the in layers column, right? Looking at item 6 in the list directly below the in layers column, what is the connection state? Right, we will check that. Coming to our simulation panel, here we will search for the TCP just before HTTP or at device sales. Yes, here we can see that. Now we are going to click on this info. Coming to in layers, and here we will select layer 4. Yes, here we can see that. Yes, here is the 6th item. The device sets the connection state to established. Yes, so here the connection state is established. Now we will come to I. The next several events are HTTP events. Select any one of the HTTP events at an intermediary device, IP, phones, or switch. How many layers are active at one of these devices and why? Right, we will check that. Here we can see different HTTPs, right? Yes, here we can see the HTTP on iPhone. We are going to click on this info, and here we can see 2 layers, or even we can go to this S4 HTTP. Here also we can see 2 layers. Yeah, obviously because these are layer 2 devices, that's why it shows 2 layers. Now we will come to J. Select the last HTTP event at the sales PC. Select the uppermost layer from the OSI model tab. What is the result listed below the in layers column? Right, so we will come to that. Here we will search for the HTTP on sales. Yes, here we can see that. We are going to click on this, and here is the uppermost layer. We are going to click on that, and here we can see it says the HTTP client receives a HTTP reply from the server. It displays the page in the web browser. Now we will come to part 2, examine internetwork traffic to central. In part 2 of this activity, we will use packet tracer simulation mode to view and examine how traffic leaving the local network is handled. Right, so coming to step 1, setup for traffic capture to the central web server. Close any open PDU information windows. Click reset simulation located near the middle of the simulation panel. Then we have to type http://centralserver.pt.pta in the web browser of the sales PC. Right, we will do this now. Coming to the topology, here we are going to give a reset simulation. Right, now coming to our sales PC, here we are going to give yes http://central server.pt.pta, and we are going to press go. Now we will come to D. Click auto capture or play. In approximately 75 seconds, a window displays indicating the completion of the current simulation. Click view previous events. Scroll back to the top of the list. Note that the first series of events are DNS and there are no ARP entries prior to contacting the branch server based on what you have learned so far. Yes. So why is this the case? Yeah, so obviously the sales PC already knows the MAC address of the DNS server, so this time it is not going to send the ARP again. Anyway, we will give this auto capture or play now. Now we are going to click on auto capture or play. Right, here we can see that. DNS is coming back to sales. Now I will fast forward this now because we have to wait almost 75 seconds. Yes, here we got a buffer full message. We are going to click on view previous events. Now we will come to E. Click the last DNS event in the info column. Select layer 7 in the OSI model tab. By looking at the information provided, what can be determined about the DNS results? Right, we will check it. Coming to the simulation panel, here we can see our last DNS. We will go to the info, and here we can see the layer 7, and the DNS client receives a DNS response. The received DNS response contains a resolved IP address for the query domain. Yes. Now we will come to F. Click the inbound PDU details tab. Scroll down to the DNS answer section. What is the address listed for central server.pt.pta? Right. So we will come to inbound PDU details. Here we can see DNS answer. The address is 10.10.10.2. So this is the IP address of our central server. Now we will come to G. The next several events are ARP events. Click the colored square info box of the last ARP event. Click the inbound PDU details tab and note the MAC address. Based on the information in the ARP section, what device is providing the ARP replay? Right, we will check that. Coming to our simulation panel, here we can see the ARPs. Yes, here we can see the last ARP. Coming to the info column, inbound PDU details, and here we can see the source and destination MAC address. Here we have to check the source MAC address 000A.F3E4.EB01. So we have to verify this. So here we are going to check R4. So here I given the show command, show interface gigabit ethernet 0/0, and here we can see this MAC address. Yes. So this is the router for the gateway device. Now we will come to H. The next several events are TCP events. Once again, preparing to set up a communications channel. Find the first HTTP event in the event list. Okay. Click the colored square box of the HTTP event. Highlight to layer 2 in the OSI model tab. What can be determined about the destination MAC address? Right. So we will come down. We'll wait, check for the first HTTP. Yes, here we can see that. We are going to click on this info. Coming to OSI model layer 2. Yes, here we can see that. Here we can see the destination MAC address is 000A.F3E4.EB01. Yes, just now we have seen this MAC address. It is the MAC address of the router R4. Yes. Now we will come to I. Click the HTTP event at device R4. Notice that layer 2 contains an Ethernet 2 header. Right. Then click the HTTP event at device intranet. What is the layer 2 listed at this device? Right. We will check that. First of all, we will come to R4 HTTP. Yes, here we can see that. Coming to the info. Yes, here we have layer 2 information, Ethernet 2 header. Right. Now we will come to intranet HTTP. Yes, here it is. Coming to layer 2. Yes, here we can see it says frame relay, frame relay. They given a note here. Notice that there are only 2 active layers as opposed to 3 active layers. So when moving through the router, this is a WAN connection. Yes, so which will be discussed in a later course. Right. Now we will come to part 3. Examine internet traffic from branch. In part 3 of this activity, we will clear the events and start a new web request that will make use of the internet. Now we will come to step 1. Setup for traffic capture to an internet web server. Close any open PDU information windows. Click reset simulation near the middle of the simulation panel. Right, we will do that. Then we have to type http://www.netacad.pta in the web browser of the sales PC. Right, we will do this now. Coming to the topology, here we are going to reset the simulation. Right, now we will come to sales. Yes. Web browser, here we are going to give. Yes, and we are going to click go. Yes. Now we will come to C. Click auto capture or play. In approximately 75 seconds, a window displays indicating the completion of the current simulation. Click view previous events. Scroll back to the top of the list. Notice that the first series of events are DNS. What do you notice about the number of DNS events? Right. Here we will give auto capture or play. Here we have to wait almost 75 seconds. So I am going to skip that. Yes, here we received a buffer full message. We are going to click on view previous events. Coming to the simulation panel, here we can see number of DNS. Again, we can see more number of DNS here, which goes to ISP tier 3A, right? Here we can see more number of DNS. Yes, so there are considerably more DNS events because the DNS entry is not local. It is forwarded to a server on the internet. Now we will come to D here. Observe some of the devices that the DNS events travel through on the way to a DNS server. Where are these devices located? Right, so here we can verify that different DNS, right? Yes, here we can see ISP-tier 3A. So here coming to topology. So in the internet, here we can see that. Yes, ISP tier 3A. So it goes to the internet cloud. Now we will come to E. Click the last DNS event, click the inbound PDU details tab and scroll down to the last DNS answer section. What is the address listed for www.netacad.pta? Right, so we will get the IP address. Yes, here it is. Yes, here is the last DNS. Coming to inbound PDU details, we will come to the DNS answer section, and here we can see the address 216.146.46.11. so this is the address for the server. Now we will come to F. When routers move the HTTP event through the network, there are 3 layers active in both the in layers and out layers in the OSI model tab. Based on that information, how many routers are passed through? Yes, so coming to the topology itself, here we can see from sales to, we have to go to this netacad.pta in this internet cloud. So here we can see the router, total 3 routers. So one is R4, here we can see ISP-tier 3A, and here we can see ISP-tier 3B. Now we will come to G. Click the TCP event just prior to the last HTTP event. Based on the information displayed, what is the purpose of this event? Right, here we can see the last HTTP event, and here's the next TCP. Coming to that, here we can see the device closes the TCP connection to 216.146.46.11 on port 80. Now we will come to the last one, H. There are several more TCP events listed. Locate the TCP event where the last device is IP phone and the device at is sales. Click the colored square info box and select layer 4 in the OSI model tab. Based on the information from the output, what is the connection state set to? Right, so here we can see that sales TCP. Yes, here we are going to click on this info. Coming to layer 4, and here we can see the device sets the connection state to closing. Yes, so that's all in this packet tracer activity. Here we have seen the flow of traffic and the contents of data packets as they traverse a complex network. Dear friends, if you like my video, give a thumb and don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you will get the latest uploading video info into your Gmail. Bye bye.